Hello, welcome to Chiefs Fan Center. Please like and subscribe. It's the big one. It is the big one. Win this game, and we probably are contenders for this CAF Confederations Cup. It is Zamalek at Polokwane. Let's dive into the video. So let's do a predicted 11 for Kaizer Chiefs. The goalkeeper will be Brendan Peterson. The clean sheet master, not at fault for any of the goals last weekend, but he needs to have a good game. He needs to manage to at least not concede more than one goal against Zamalek. Left back, Bradley Cross. Bradley Cross, I just think that last weekend he wasn't given the license to go forward due to the coaches giving him a tactical instruction not to go forward. But in a game like this, where we lost our first game, Bradley Cross has to go forward. He has to go forward. I would even say play Pasagamako for experience because he's played in games like this before. If you're going Soshinga, if he's training, but there's no way he's going to start. If they start going Soshinga, then it is a sabotage. It is a sabotage. You don't start him all these times, and then you play him against Zamalek, his first game. And if he flops, you know that the fans will pile on him and the media. So please don't start Shinga in this game. He's a very good player, but it will be very harsh to start a game. His first game against Zamalek in the CAF Confederations Cup, when stakes are so high. Please get out of here. This ain't the joke. For me, it's between Bradley Cross and Pasagamako, but I think they'll go with Bradley Cross. But with Pasagamako, with his experience, I just think that he will help us if he starts. The center backs are Inaso Miguel and Zita Guinica. Miguel needs to do better. He needs to do better. I think we're all just waiting for Dudley to come back so that he can bench Miguel and not Guinica. I think Dudley and Miguel. I think Dudley and Guinica are our best partnership. I just believe that. I think Miguel has been a bit rusty these past few weeks. Hasn't done anything special. So I just think that he hasn't done enough to maintain his spot. I think once Dudley comes back, it's a wrap. The right back is Thabiso Munyane. Not Thabiso Munyane, Dylan Solomons, excuse me. You saw the goal yesterday. Last weekend against that team from Egypt. I just think that him driving forward will provide a threat. I'm not saying that we should go guns blazing against Zamalek, but definitely have a more attacking approach against Zamalek. So Dylan Solomons does provide you that. And Thabiso Munyane can provide you that, but he's a bit more neutral. Solomons is more of a attacking fullback, full guns blazing attack. So I just think Solomons, if you want goals and more of a threat attacking wise, Solomons is the way to go. Obviously, maybe you might leave yourself short at the back, but I think Zamalek will come here and not go and not attack like we think they will. I think they'll just play for a draw. That's how I think. The 2-6s, it's got to be Oxum Teto as the holding midfielder. I just think that Ox does provide us with quality that no one else can provide, especially defensively. Obviously, you saw last week that he got booted a bit for the first goal, just a bit. So obviously, you can't play playing more in a game like this against Egyptian teams, where, especially in a deep position. So I just think Ox has to start for the physicality. It's going to be tough out there. And he did good last week. He did very, very good last week. He can actually pass the ball and distribute the ball a lot. Thabo Cele next to Oxum Tetwa. I think if Thabo Cele is a game like he did, if Thabo Cele is a game like he had against, if he has a game that he had last week, then he'll be good. He'll be good. Thabo Cele will be good if he has a game that he had last week. I just think that he ran the game last week. That was a proper number 8 performance. If you want to be number 8, that's how you perform. He dictated the play of the game a lot, especially in the first half. The number 10 will be Mduduzi Shabalala. Do or die. Do or die is a player that he was quiet last week, but I just think that with his quality, And with his presence, I just think that he has to light up and provide us with quality that we know he can. CAF is very, very tough, and you saw that Ndu did fade off a bit in that game last week, but he provided still moments of quality. So I just think that Ndu has to start. The left wing has to be Christian Sereno. Sereno has to start this game. Sereno has to start this game. Sereno is a player that he's been in competitions like this. He's been to the semis. He's been to the quarterfinals of competitions like this. You see, and not many players in this current Kaizer Chiefs squad have been in those positions. Only because playing over, I think, is a survivor of the 2021 CAF Champions League final, and Bruce Buma. So the likes of Sereno, the likes of Taiso and the likes of Pasaka Marco, as much as whatever you think about their quality, the experience will come in handy, and they will need to be used at some point in these games. You saw like people like Miguel are even failing. Experienced players. So what more to expect from youngsters if the elders or the experienced players aren't even fulfilling their duties? So I think Serena has to start this game. Bule Modi, you saw last week that it's not his level. It's not his level. Bule Modi can help us in Nedbank Cups and the league, but I think the CAF is a different kind of breed where you need experienced players. I mean, in 2021, Gospling or Pepe Mashiane, these guys and Blom, they were carried and nurtured by Bernard Parker, by Wilakatsande, by Nukovic, by Castro, veterans who have done this before. So our veterans currently, the Serenos, Pasaka Marco, they need to provide quality and help these youngsters in this difficult group stage. The right wing for me, I think, I'm not sure if Lelepo's back, but if Lelepo's back, I think he could play right wing. Let me just. Oh yes, Lelepo's back. He's rumored to be back for the game against Zamalek, so he will provide quality. So Lelepo and Sereno on the wings one time. I just think that will provide quality for Kaizer Chiefs. I think that's the best option for Kaizer Chiefs. And then the striker has to be Kotaro. It has to be Kotaro because I know to go for Igotaro. Da Silva is the right option, but I think Igotaro will start. I think his older play is better, but I think if you want goals, start Da Silva. And that is the predicted 11 for Kaizer Chiefs against Zamalek. So let's talk about the game, Zamalek and the score prediction. So Zamalek has been in this competition for the past 3 years. They've really established themselves as a CAF Confederation Cup side, not a CAF Champions League side. I think the rise of pyramids has maybe shifted Zamalek into being the third best team in Egypt. So maybe that's why they've been in CAF Confederation Cup a lot. Zamalek won the CAF Confederation Cup in 2024. They didn't win it in 2025 or 2023. So it's a very well-established CAF Confederation Cup side. I think they are the favorites. I think they're the biggest name in this competition. Obviously, I don't think it's the same Zamalek, which was going to CAF Champions League finals against Sundowns, but it's still a very, very good side. And I just think that this is a very good assessment of where Kaizer Chiefs is as a club, especially in the African football ranking or rating, whatever. So Zamalek will be a very tough game. I just think that they'll come maybe for a draw. I think they know what they have to do. Egyptian teams always have a plan. I think you saw against the team from Egypt last week that they think they're entitled to everything. So we have to make this atmosphere very, very tough. And I think Polokwane is a very good venue for us to create a toxic atmosphere that will scare the Zamalek players. I mean, I always say this every time. Al Ahly went to Pirates last season and they were scared. They played back the bus at Rano Stadium. Al Ahly is basically the Real Madrid of Africa. And I think a home atmosphere like Polokwane will provide us with a very, very good chance of winning this game, especially mental-wise. Otherwise, I just think that Chiefs will probably... I think we'll probably draw this game. I think, if we're being honest, we'll probably draw this game. I think we'll probably draw 0-0 or 1-1. I think the boys are not ready. We're in a very, very tough group. The other team is Zisco United. That's also not a pushover. So it's going to be very hard for us to collect points. It's going to be very, very hard for us to collect points because it's tight margins at CAF. It's tight margins. A yellow card can make a difference. A push can make a difference. one moment of brilliance can make it. One moment of brilliance can make a difference. So Lelepo and Sereno, I just think that these two guys, if they don't perform, I think it's over, because you saw Pulemodi, you saw Dupree, that these guys maybe they can provide quality against the Orbit Colleges and Moromok Islands, but against in the CAF Confederations Cup, it's simply not their level. It is simply not their level. So yeah, man, I just think that it'll be a 1-1 draw, and I hope Kaizer Chiefs can do well. I really hope they can do well. Yeah, guys, and that's the match preview. I hope you enjoyed the video.